Welcome to the podcast. I'm your host, Paji Carter, along with the Custom Beat King. The topic is the Summer of Strikes 2023. We got action going on with Amazon. We got action going on with UPS. We got action going on with the writers and the actors. So we got a lot going on this summer with strikes, corporations. So we getting right to it. As what's your guy's name, Pat?
His name is Two G's, man. Two G's from Pittsburgh. His motto is getting to it and sticking to it. So I just shortened it up and just said, "Get to it, stick to it."
Yes, that's exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna get right to it, with no further ado. But I always like to do, it's shameless plugs because this is our platform. So we definitely have to get our stuff off. So I want to start with the exciting project that you work on. We're going to talk about it every podcast. So let them know if they don't know, let them know right now what you got going on, bro.
Oh yeah, the new single that's getting a lot of rave reviews is entitled "Tyrant." It's on my website, which is custombeatking.com. You can definitely catch the link there. You can catch it on YouTube, pretty much everywhere that you can stream music. It's out there. It is about to be today up on my Bandcamp site, which is
Major,
which
major.
you can purchase the single there, and that'll
Mhm.
be a double whammy on it. And we'll be shooting a video to it, like I was saying yesterday. We'll be getting some visuals together for it and rock it out like that. But yes, the single is out, and it's a nice breakthrough because we're getting nothing but 100% positive feedback. Positive feedback on the song itself. It's lyrical. It's got a nice hip hop, edge to it. Lyrically strong. It's a lyrically
Mhm.
strong product. So I'm excited about it, and yes, we are moving forward, man. And there will be a couple other publications that it will be on coming really soon here.
Mhm.
One of them is I want to say is let me see here. We have real quickly. I can show you. We have this one publication that really has a strong following. It is they got a strong following as far as social media is concerned and things of that nature, and it's called Now Hip Hop News. So be on the lookout for that. It'll definitely be on Now Hip Hop News. We just put the submission in to have the YouTube video promoted. So we're looking for some big numbers coming from that. So yeah, that's one to start, and we're going to find more as we go along. But this is going to be nothing in music is a sprint; it's a marathon. So you know, just be expecting to hear this song repeatedly and often for some time to come now. In the meanwhile, in between while though, there's still other music that's available on the website, so you can go check out all that stuff. So hopefully, the traction on this record entitles people to go check out the rest of the stuff that's going on because it's been building, it's been
Cook it
building,
up
and yeah, absolutely, that's the bottom line, Jack.
for sure. Now, go ahead and drop the link at least one spot where they can go and find it. And do you have any samples
Real
for us?
simple, real simple. It's
Cause
custombeatking.com, and
okay,
we'll just put it in there. You know what I mean?
okay,
And this is well, we can't get it on the thing here. Let me just see here. Let me go to the comments and put it in there.
okay, wonderful. So next time we up, hopefully we can get a sample of it to start our
Mhm.
next pod off with,
Right on.
because that's what this platform is for us to, not to grandstand, but absolutely show, the hard work, and let the people know what we on basically.
Exactly.
Yeah, but we'll go right to checking the comments.
Mhm.
You'll see custombeatking.com. That's where one spot where you can find this single. It's the latest single by J-Pad the Juggernaut. Any features on there? Just
No,
yourself.
that's really just a whole entire like maybe 3 minute offering of me just there's no chorus, there's nothing. It's just lyrically
Straight
going in.
straight spit.
Yes,
Straight.
getting back to that raw essence of doing songs like that have no chorus and but they have a theme to them and it still fits the theme no matter what, like when they call you a lyrical tyrant, that means you're relentless, you're unforgiving, and you do it in a crude way. It's just sometimes you got to get rude on it. And that's the
Absolutely.
bottom line.
So yeah, let's get to this strike situation. Tap in, Custom Beat King. We will keep you, and he's also working on a video. I can't wait to see the video myself.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we got some treatments getting together here. And that's really where it starts there for those of y'all that are in the music business. And I see a lot of people just rushing to put videos out, but think of the concept of your record and try to put a
Mm,
treatment together. It's almost kind of like filming, like filming has a storyboard. It has all kind of different types of things that happen prior to the film actually being done. That's what you call pre-production, and then you got the actual production itself, and then the post-production. So yeah, we're working on a treatment to see what we can do for it. I know it's going to be a lot of green screen work, so I'm hoping that bodes well for it, and we're going to mix it in with some outdoor shots and see what we got from there.
wow. Who you got working on the video?
Oh, gotta give a big shout out to my man Meech. If y'all see him on YouTube, his YouTube channel is blazing up. Congratulations to him. He has 24,000 subscribers at the moment.
Mm,
The platform is called Go Ham TV, with two M's. Go HAMM TV. And yeah, Meech heard the record and he was like, "Yeah, man, I would like to shoot this video." And I was like, "Okay." And
okay.
of course, he has the capabilities and the technology. But the way that they got on Pods, they started doing music reviews, not just here, but in particularly where majority of his following is in the UK. So big up to
Okay.
the people over in the UK, over in London, and all the other nooks and crannies in England over the pond there. Shout out to y'all.
London on the tracks.
That's right.
Do you have a deadline or a time
Well,
where
I
we
know
can
within the
expect to
next
find it?
yeah, within the next 2 weeks, we want to make it a reality within the next 2 weeks, but no pressure exactly. In the
Yeah, yeah.
meanwhile, between while we're just going to keep running the links on a daily basis, as many of them as possible. I'm only one person. If I had a publicist, that would be a big help. But since we
Hmm.
don't, we don't use no excuses. We just going to keep putting the links out there in as many capacities as I can.
For sure. And actually, I think this is a good time for us to plug um, a situation that we're working on as well. We're just waiting to get our email list together and do some lead generation. You also have a course. Let's talk about that real quick.
Oh yeah, the studio at home course. Yeah, that's something that we're working on that actually is completed. It's the first one that I actually put out there. I wasn't really expecting much, but just to try to shed a little bit of light and a little bit of lesson. And so, studio at home basically walks you through the basic steps to really setting up a home studio where you can actually be sufficient enough to do things at home instead of saying, all right, I need a budget to go to the recording studio. You can actually save and curb a lot of that expense by just making a one-time investment in a studio at home, and kind of like teaching yourself how to do some of the responsibility, which is the recording engineering. And if you really got a desire to go further than that, teach yourself how to mix your own records, eventually learn how to master your own records. But this course kind of like gets you in the starting block. It gets you out of the starting block and gives you a proper idea of what you can do at home. you know, it could be extended at some point in time to give you some more in-depth, the more feedback that we get. So once we start receiving feedback on what other people are looking for, then we can start tailoring future uh, courses for you people that inquire for those type of things to learn and acquire and then apply. But it's a 4-part series. The first that we've done, and so yeah, we're running. We're on the ground running with it. Also, the of course the book, the little ebook that we have to go
Ebook.
along
Yeah,
with
don't
it.
leave out that Pat is also an author. Let's not leave
Yeah,
that out.
yep. We finally then got into the author realm with the Mellow Man, of course, who's the chieftain
Mm.
when it comes to the book writing realm and getting things together like that. But my first ebook, and it's called the Art of Beat Making, and it
Mm.
gives you a very general, overview, nothing elaborate. Really wanted the book to be kind of layman terms, and once again, it's just getting you out of the starting block.
Mm-hmm.
Just if you have questions, there are some answers in there that you can explore, and you can start to look at different softwares, look at different controllers, and look at different types of devices and things of that nature to set yourself up in the beat making realm and give you an overview of what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? What is beat making? You go through those type of basics because that's where it starts. It's got to start with the basics before you can start, getting into the next level of things. I think if we understand general terminology, it helps us maneuver and move around in these different atmospheres, a lot more properly. So yeah, that's the art of beat making. And we got that in the wheelhouse as well.
Absolutely. So, where you be able to find that at, and it's something like he said, we're just kind of the tip of the iceberg, trying to find out who really is passionate. And once you show your passion, we could take it even further because we all know it takes money to make money. So
It does. It
if you
takes an investment of not just time, but money as well.
so if you if you purchase what JPad has to offer, please believe he has other stuff that he can, do some one-on-one with you that is going to cost a little bit more, but
Yeah. Just to throw it in on top of it, we
hmm
have designed. I've designed a series of loops and drum sounds and things of that nature that'll get you started in the right direction. One of the kits is called the Fantastic Drum Kit. That's a unique one where um, the sounds that are in the Fantastic Drum Kit, I actually kind of rewrote the theory of what an instrument is by
Oh yeah.
taking something from the brass and then moving it with percussion
hmm
and making hybrid sounds to really give you a unique spin on things. So that's the Fantastic Drum Kit. And then I got two strong loop packs for people that want to get into looping. And these
Okay.
are royalty free. You can use them in your compositions
Mm.
and really get an original track started by using these loops, which are fully contained with instruments and drum loops and things of that nature, and really get you started in the right direction once you start getting into your beat making journey. So don't be afraid to check it out. You know what I'm saying? When it hits, tap in, man. You know what I'm saying? One is called the Cream Loop Pack, and then the other one is called the Super Juggernaut loop pack. So we have all these products ready to go, and we're gonna be in your atmosphere with it ASAP.
Yes, sir. And to take it even further, tap in at lfxmedia.live and you can get right to Beat Talk
That's
featuring
right, which is the
JPad.
podcast.
Yes, the podcast.
Yes, it's the 60 minutes of what we call today's podcasting moves and things of that nature. You know what I mean? So, hey, you already know what it is. Beat Talk is a series that I started a few years back, where it actually showcases not people just in the music business, but
hmm
just people from all walks of life.
Okay.
Eventually that's what we want to transition into. You know, I haven't really got out of the entertainment field just yet, but we got
Mm-hmm.
a lot more to cover with people. And I think that the reason why I actually started Beat Talk was to give people that are doing things, you know what I'm saying, doing things in all kind of walks of life, an
Mm-hmm.
opportunity to tell their story. Almost
Right.
kind of like, you know, we're going back to the Ed Bradley days with 60 minutes, because the podcasts, they all last at least 60 minutes. So I just sit back and I ask real loose based questions, but you know, stick to somewhat of a format where it's like, you know, you start off talking about, you know, where you grew up at, because I think people can connect to people and definitely build better relationships, or want to check out, like say if a person has music out there, you know, want to check out their music more, if
Mm-hmm.
they, you know, if they know more about their story, not just a 10-15 minute interview where you get bits and pieces of what's going on. You actually get a thorough, comprehensive interview with the person that I'm sitting down with, you know what I mean? And then we put a unique spin on it. You know, we'll talk, the first segment is 3 segments, mostly you know, where you grew up. The second one is who you are now and what you bring to the table now. And then the third segment is just about, you know, of course, me being the custom beat king. We shift into interesting subject, which is beats, where we actually talk about beats and how they relate to life. So that's Beat Talk in a nutshell.
And it's no fluff. I tell you, you know, because
Yes, this is
me,
not for the kiddies.
no,
You know, you gotta tell the kids to go in the other room. You know,
it's yeah,
when it's time to talk, because these are some really intricate stories, and the people I'm
mm-hmm.
sitting down with. You know, some of these people are from the street. Some of these people are just from neighborhoods that were deprived. They get into a very detailed account of how things were, and so, you know, yes, definitely.
Very interesting. And you actually just started a female series.
Yeah,
What
yeah. The very first person I was able to interview for the season. This is the third
700?
season of Beat Talk, and this one's probably going to take a little bit more time because for some odd reason the ladies I'm having a hard time kind of like getting them on board where they're available. Some were available and then they couldn't make it through, and that's
Mm-hmm.
okay. It happens. But yeah, it was 700. She has a business here that's a holistic business called Comfortable Soaks, and that, you know, where she retails you know, like jewelry and energy stones and
On some Erica Badu type
yeah,
stuff.
yeah, like the black soaps and things of that nature. So
Mm-hmm.
really interesting. It's up there on the platform now on Spotify. You can go to my Spotify page, just look up JPad the Juggernaut, and you will find, you know, the Beat Talk podcast.
Mm-hmm. And she really has an interesting story how she came about the name 700. It was
Yeah. She really does. If you tap in, you'll discover, you know, that the name was actually given to her,
mm-hmm.
you know, in a certain capacity, and then she had to make adjustments when that particular move kind of like, you know, fell off the wayside, and she ran
Mm-hmm.
along with it and had her own radio show and then transitioned from radio into what she does now. It's a really
Yeah.
interesting story and a good listen.
Yeah, her the way she came into radio, it was really some guerrilla tactics how she did that.
Really was. It really was. It was at a time when radio didn't have, you know what I'm saying, well, or at least internet radio
Yeah.
was just on the ground floor. It was really on the ground floor when she actually got her start. So she was one of the pioneers around here in that first wave of internet-based radio, and she was one of the first ones to be on Blog Talk and things of that nature. For those who remember Blog Talk,
Mm-hmm.
700 was one of the first, and not only one of the first people, but first female African American females to have her own radio show. So
Cool
pretty
beans.
cool.
Tap in, check it out. I can't wait to see the rest of the series, you know.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Hopefully we'll be able to get it at a more accelerated pace, but we're just walking the walk because, as you can see, we got a lot of stuff a lot of tentacles. If you
Yeah,
will.
yeah, ladies, if you're listening now on LFX Media on our YouTube, comment, tap in. You know, you got a story to tell. It doesn't necessarily have to be music.
Yeah,
Just
or if you know somebody,
yeah,
just direct them to this podcast, and then they can get with us, and they can just go on my website. I already put the link up there. You can
hmm
go back and check out the website, and there's a contact page. So just
hmm
contact and say, hey, I want to be on Beat Talk. I got a story. We'll get it together and we'll get you on it.
absolutely. So we'll go right into we said we was going to get right into it, but we float around, but we're allowed to do that. Bosses.
Well, that's what it
First,
is. Yes.
first and foremost, we go to promote ourselves and what we got going on because who else is going to do it?
Yeah.
You know,
Who else
and
is going to do it?
yeah, and just real quick, just to promote something that I got going on. It's called the Art of Financial Security. I'll be a podcast speaker on August 24th on my sister's platform, which you can go to on Facebook, The Art of Financial Security, or you can hit me up and I'll send you an invite from the group directly because it's a private group. So definitely, we networking. We're making it work.
Yes. Making it go and making it flow.
Yes, sir. So let's start off with UPS for the strike.
Okay.
So UPS, they have a contract that is up in July.
All right.
Isn't this July right now?
It is July, at the end of July, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not to date our podcast, but
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Absolutely, though. You're
at
right.
the end of
UPS.
this month, the contract for the UPS drivers and workers is up, and they haven't come to terms that they want to rock with. So you got 340,000 workers that work for UPS that are suddenly going to and their phrase, "What can Brown do for you?"
Yes.
Uh, it's finna be not a damn thing in a second. You know.
Yes, they will strike by August 31st if they have not reached an agreement. And it already is the biggest collective bargaining agreement in America. So that is quite significant.
The biggest, so we them who's the other striking?
Uh,
Starbucks.
well, I can give you a little rundown here.
Yeah. Hmm.
Later this summer, 150,000 auto workers from GM, Ford, and Stellantis
Hmm.
are set to begin what is expected to be a fairly contentious negotiation for the new contract. Their existing one expires September 14th, so that's coming down the line.
Hmm.
Um, Also, a couple other interesting ones that I was able to come across. About 3,000 Starbucks workers are on strike a couple weeks ago. They went on
Hmm.
strike over gay pride decor and accusations of unfair labor practices. And another one that's actually kind of like hits close to our region where we kind of like came up. Two large strikes in the manufacturing industry got underway. 1,400 members of the United Electrical Workers Union at a locomotive plant in Erie, Pennsylvania, and
Yep.
one involving about 6,000 workers at a Boeing supplier in Wichita, Kansas. So we also have 84 Amazon drivers at a warehouse in California that went out on strike, demanding that the company recognize their newly certified union. And cooks and cashiers at a McDonald's in Oakland, California, walked out as well. In June, hundreds of workers at Gannett, excuse me, not Garnett, that's Kevin, Gannett,
Get it?
walked off. Yeah, Gannett walked off the job as well as 250 members of Insider's newsroom. Insider. So Insider, the broadcast that you see on
Ma-
television.
Major media.
Yes, yes. Part of what Axios' Sarah Fisher calls a summer of media strikes. So it's not just affecting the workforce in one realm, but it's catching a lot of different ones as we go along.
Absolutely. So I'll go back to the first one. I think it was the first one you mentioned. The auto workers. a lot of that situation is wrapped around EVs, the electric cars. So,
Yeah. Hmm.
you got electric cars, and probably what you're looking at is some iRobot situations.
Oh, it's coming. Yeah, yeah. I actually was fortunate enough to DJ a technology seminar a few months back, and I was able to see these AI robots that we're speaking of actually doing tasks that are actually going to replace humans in the very very near future. I'm telling people they better get ready now, because some of
Hmm.
these general labor warehouse jobs and things of that nature are going to look a lot different very very soon, and a lot of the workers that they used to employ will no longer be employed by these organizations. It's going to be replaced by a lot of artificial intelligent robots that do the same job in twice the time. So
Hmm.
be prepared.
Absolutely. And then another point that you made, Starbucks, which
Yes.
they
Yeah. With
want
the
they want more money, and I don't know how. I can't say. They said decor, which I'm
yeah,
going to
yeah, yeah,
say,
yeah. It was
yeah,
over gay pride decor.
decor, which we know as decorations and colors. So
Yes.
I'm
So anything
assuming that,
dealing with gay pride, I guess the company doesn't agree with that. And
yeah, they want some stripes in the colors. I'm
yeah.
assuming it's
Yeah, well, they want
Starbucks.
to have the right to be able to express it wherever needed be. And so I'm pretty sure independent contractors and people that own their own Starbucks, some of them may
Yeah,
be a part of that
some
community.
rainbow hats. You
Yeah,
know.
some may be a part of that community, and so
Hmm.
they're going up against the big company,
The
the
machine.
Chiefs. Yeah, the Chiefs.
They're
the,
going up
the,
against the
the,
regime, but
the
it's a lot of
regime.
things. Yeah, it's a lot of things to consider when we're talking logistics, we're talking shipping, we're talking automotives, we're talking a lot of things. And with us
Yeah.
being LFX Media, what we're going to talk right now is actors and writers, because we have two right here in this podcast. Two
Yeah.
writers right here.
Yes,
So,
it's interesting. Yeah, I've done a little
mhm,
acting and I've done some writing, and so yes, and not only that, but being that I was a film major in college, I kind of understand that industry a little bit.
uh,
And so yeah, it really does affect everybody when
mhm,
these things happen. Now, it may make the employees feel empowered in certain retrospects, and that's a good thing too, but at the same time, it definitely is going to shape some dynamics, and we don't know what the outcomes are going to be. Like, since this
mhm.
AI, and you brought it up with the AI, I mean,
Right.
since AI is starting to really become a focal point in the future of the country or the world for that matter.
Mm.
um yeah, man, you're going to definitely see some changes, and some of them will be for the better, and then some of them will not. And I think people should really dig deep inside themselves and figure out some things. Like,
Yeah,
might
yeah.
want to figure out some plan B, C type thing if you haven't figured one out yet, and really
Hmm.
get yourself in position to make some adjustments if that falls under your category, if you will.
Absolutely. So, tune in, LFX Media. We're not just up here flapping our gums.
Yes,
As you
indeed.
stated, I majored in communications and TV broadcasting. You know what I'm saying? So, we're not
Yeah,
just
that
up
was my
here.
first major too, Podge. I was in broadcast cable at that time.
Hmm.
And then I realized that I really didn't want to be in front of the camera per se, but here I am, and it did pay dividends to a degree, because working in television, I worked for NBC for about 7 years, and that helped out with a lot with understanding media itself, and really in a lot of ways too about truth in media. So So
Mm-hmm.
it's important for us to stay locked into the truth factor and know that there's a lot of sensationalism. But
Yeah,
you got to weave through the sensationalism, and you got to get down to the meat and bones.
yes, and there is, for me watching your situation, there's a ceiling when you bump your head, and you kind of want to bust through the ceiling and kind of do you.
Yeah, yeah, and I think that's the way that you get through the ceiling is you have to kind of like, manifest your own move outside of working for corporate America and become
Hmm.
the corporate yourself. You know what I mean? And really,
For
really
sure,
lock
for
in.
sure. If you a podcast out there looking for a home, you don't want your executive producer dancing
Yeah,
around.
yeah.
Come to LFX
Putting the
Media.
shiny suit on
Yeah,
in the broadcast. Yeah, come on over
yeah.
here.
Yeah, because we've seen some firing on ESPN. We've seen some firing,
Yeah,
and
all across the board, as we saw
a
here
lot
with
of
this
it has to
report,
do with freedom
as
of
we've seen here
speech.
with the strike with Insider. That's speaking volumes, and it's letting people know that the change of the guard is at hand. So
Exactly,
got to
and
think independent at some point.
hmm um, there was a writer's strike. I moved to Atlanta in 2009. I believe the last writer's strike was 2015. I mean, 2008. So they started striking right as I was moving down there. But I actually, through networking on Twitter, I ended up meeting a guy named James Dubose. And James Dubose actually, he moved to Atlanta from LA, I believe, in '96. And he worked on the Olympics. He did production and whatnot. But one thing that this writer's strike doesn't actually affect is reality TV, like cooking shows, stuff like that. So what James Dubose did, he produced a series of very good reality shows on BET. I'm sure you guys have seen some of them. One of them was Mike Vick Project. Wait, right before Vic went to prison. Um, Keisha Cole, Monica My Life, a lot of those James Dubose produced, and I believe Fox. Um, he has a Fox network. I can't remember the name of it, but that's what he's doing now. He used the last writer's strike to get his foot in the door, as far as you know, mainstream shows and TV production. And he started with you know reality shows. So the difference in that year, the strike, it was just one of them. It wasn't the writers and the actors. So when the actors went on strike this time, or was it no, the writers went on strike, and then the actors, they came and joined a little later, which the whole process of the movie coming out, if you have, like, say for example, the Marvel movies. Marvel got a lineup. They probably got 4 or 5 movies lined up right now, ready.
Yeah, actually, well into some years from now, they already are projecting. Probably at least a dozen of them. To be brutally honest with
Hmm.
you. So
Yeah,
yes,
yeah. So the writers, is in the trenches. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
so if the writers have written the script and they're not per se on strike, but the actors are on strike, you know, they 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 both have legitimate beefs with the studios. And again, it comes down to AI again, how AI is represented in what they do and get paid as actors. That's one of the issues, the AI issue. And the other issue is understanding streams and how these actors will get paid. And, us as consumers, if we're watching Hulu, if we're watching Netflix, all of these streams, all of these platforms are competing for our dollars. So they each one will try to make it cheaper than the other so you don't bounce to the next one. But then the dilemma with the streaming platform is, how do I pay the actors? How do I pay the writers? How do I pay the producers? How do I pay the, well, in Spotify's case, they have to pay the major labels. So that's why they're bringing
Or
podcasters in.
and the distribution platforms themselves. Yeah.
Exactly. So as a consumer, you don't see the whole network of, once there's a kink in the chain, then the bike is going to come to a halt. You know
It
what I'm saying?
really is. It's either that or the chain's gonna pop.
Pop. Yeah. How many times have we had to stop and fix a broken chain?
Yeah, pop goes the chain.
Yeah. So that's definitely what we looking at. You know what I'm saying? Um, the last actors strike, they can last for hours. They can last for hundreds of days. I think the last one I remember was like 100 days. But I think it's continuously, like, the issue with artificial intelligence, the issue with streams, like, the bottom line is the money issue. The actors want more money. The writers want more money. You know what I'm saying? So not right away are they going to solve this issue with artificial intelligence. Streams, it seems like with streams, they keep moving the goalposts. Like, well, this is what streams represents. No, this is what streams represent. So
And do it on a regular and consistent basis, because things change like the wind, and you have to stay abreast of the changes. I think one of the discrepancies is the distractions that we receive via social media and things of that nature. Yeah, it really can put you off guard, and you won't pay attention to the issues that are really at hand. Like, they try to sensationalize a lot of things and distract you from seeing what's really happening by putting out, oh, somebody in the entertainment field, or somebody in the sports field, or somebody this, that, and the third. And now your subject is focused on that, when you really should be focused on things like this, where
hmm
where you have people ready to walk out of these jobs. And not only that, but there's no guarantee that they're going to be coming back anytime soon. So, it's uncharted water in a lot of ways, and it is influx of those issues that we really need to monitor and pay attention to, because yeah, we have social media, but social media is not as eager to pay you as
hmm
the 9 to 5 or your own business. And so, while we do rely on social platforms and we rely on these things to get the right information out, you also have to understand that there's a plethora of distraction. There's a plethora
Fact.
of distraction, and if you don't pay attention to the right thing, you're gonna get blindsided. And a lot of
Mhm.
people were blindsided by a lot of things this year. Like the EBT cards and things of that nature. I mean, there's a lot of
Mhm.
things that flew over people's head until it actually hit the fan, and it's even
Right.
going to get more prevalent as it goes along. So
hmm
I know everybody wants to have a good time, and everybody wants to focus on the fun things in life, and there is times for that, but you also have to be abreast of
Right.
the major changes that are happening in today's society, and it's really important.
Big facts. It's a chain reaction. So you got the Toronto Film Festival. You got the Cannes Film Festival, Sundance Film Festival. If any of these films are included with actors in the SAG union, then you can't promote them at none of these festivals.
None.
So it's really a chain reaction
Hmm.
that that the workers, the union workers, they putting their foot down. Like, look, we're a certain contracts up, and we went through that contract, and we experienced this as podcasters watching Joe Buttons when
Yep.
he had a contract which was pretty smart. He didn't understand what streams actually represented. He
Hmm.
signed a contract with Spotify. We're going to figure this out, on the go and figure it out. But when time came, when the pandemic came, and then they brought in Joe Rogan and Bill Ringer and all of that, you know, they kind of sunned Joe Budden, so you know he wasn't feeling that. But being in position and signing contracts with these platforms, like you said, Pat, they're constantly moving the goalposts and saying this is what it represents, this is what it doesn't represent. Um, on Facebook, I'm monetized, you know, and the first, let me see, I want to say the first 3 months was the first. It was either the first. I can't remember. I have to look it up. It was either the first 3 months or the first month. I had 30,000 real views, and it equaled to $5. And I said, "Yeah, y'all hold on to that check." I mean, you know, not in a rush to go cash that, but just imagine off of 30,000 views, how much money did Facebook make off of that? So if the content creators on Facebook, Instagram, you know, if they were to go on strike, what would happen? They probably would put, you know, lesser talented or, you know, just give anybody a blue check. You know what I'm saying? And that wouldn't be a good look for any of the platforms. But we should all take a stand, you know?
Really important to, really
Mhm.
important to, because if we don't, something else is going to fall through.
Yeah,
And
the
you'll be
floor.
sitting there wondering how or why, and then that will be the brief subject, and then another distraction will come, and then something else is going to compound what you were talking about, and
Mm-hmm.
the snowball effect begins.
Absolutely. So, you know, be aware of what's going on in the automotive industry. Be aware of what's going on in Hollywood. Be aware of what's going on in logistics and shipping, everything, you know, because just UPS alone and what was the other industry? It was 10,000. It's close to 500,000 workers, 340,000 in UPS alone, you know, so it's a lot that we need to pay attention to, and we're gonna stick to reporting on this. You know, we just, you know, tip of the iceberg. We'll get it out there. We'll do a part two. We'll do a part three. We'll follow this all the way to, you know, as far a rabbit hole as we can dig.
Yes, indeed. Stay abreast of things. That's all I can
Mhm.
tell you.
Absolutely, and we're gonna try to, you know, get back to you more often. You know, we definitely want to see have you guys hear us on Sundays for sure. You know, but I'm about to do LFX Media on Anchor. I'm going to do a 30-day series, probably start today. You know, but definitely uh, the third horseman just popped in.
Just had to come say something for y'all. I had just got back.
He's out
A
there
lot
in the
longer than what I
north.
thought it would.
Yeah, what you got to say, Brody?
Oh no, not too much, bro. As far as the whole strike thing go, I kind of caught like the last 2-3 minutes listening to y'all. Just
Uh
what
huh.
I really was just hopping in to see the guys for y'all checked out.
Yes, sir.
Indeed.
Yeah, man. But you hitting it right on the nose. You know, basically in a nutshell, it's time for me to start my acting career and try to go get that bag that they left on the table. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty much what I got from it, bro.
That's right. That's
So
right.
so you saying you're gonna be a scab? You're gonna be a scab in the strike?
Look, I'm coming. I'm coming through to scab it up for him, man. I need to
Yeah.
go ahead and tell him my ticket is
We're gonna
off.
get his application in the Screen Actors Guild, and
Hey,
right.
man, I'll be in Hollywood this weekend, man. You know, all business,
Right.
no play. All
That's
Yeah.
right.
business, no play. All the actors that didn't want to let me in their parties before, you can't get in my party now. I'm
Yeah.
Right.
Ethel gonna
Right.
carry the torch on. He got it from there.
Mhm.
no, but for real though, to be serious on it, it got they can have real ramifications. You know, it can have real ramifications. You know,
Mhm.
I was reading up on it and seeing how the theaters are kind of on heels about it. Like, hey, man, you know, we kind of just bounced back from the COVID 2020 situation,
Yeah.
and here y'all come with
Rough.
another potential pushback Some saying, it might just delay it. Nothing really close to the COVID effect, but
Mm-hmm.
and some are saying, hey, that's still money that we're gonna be having to leave on the table for sure. If some of
It
these
ended up being a cease and desist.
right, especially if you're already a smaller chain, right? So
How
some of the
serious it
larger
can get.
ones, you
Yeah,
might
some
be
people can
boosting
just
other
be
stuff,
X'd out altogether, you know.
right? And what they saying they said, I think it was a quote from one of the unnamed execs, but he was basically saying how they was gonna try to squeeze him out. They was gonna try to basically try. He was on record without being on record of who he was.
Mm-hmm.
uh, that's basically what they're gonna try to do is try to squeeze some of them out.
Yes, the
And
squeeze play is definitely in effect. That's for
they
sure.
saying that a lot of them is also saying that it's also they viewing it almost like a halftime of a season for a bad team, right? So I looked at that. I said that's a pretty. I think pretty. If you really dive into that, because it's like, okay, yeah, halftime, halfway through the season of it for a team, halftime of halfway through a season, you kind of know you bad. So what you trying to do? You start trying to cut
Yeah, it's
expensive
ironically the trade
characters.
deadline comes right around that time as well. So.
You start trying to get rid of expensive assets on your team. You're not really trying to hold on to those. Maybe you got a star player that want to go play somewhere else. Well, right now you on the sinking ship. So it might be in your best interest to go ahead and shop that disgruntled talented piece on your team and try to move with your younger players. It's kind of like rebuilding phase. And that's kind of what and that's basically how the execs are viewing it. Like, listen, the industry is already struggling because we fighting with streaming platforms. So it's already a lot of tussling going on. So I'm curious to see how long they try to, do it. But it definitely can. It's definitely a very intriguing situation when you look at all of the powers at play.
Absolutely. And just to piggyback off of what you were saying, um, Brian Cox, who is one of the stars from an HBO series called Succession. It's a nice Succession, and it's really based off of the life of what's the Murdoch guy's name, Pat?
Bernie Murdoch, well, Bernie. Oh,
No, the Murdoch, the media guy.
Not quite sure, man. Not quite
He,
sure.
he,
I'd have to stat
he
check that.
big billionaire in the media company. I mean, in the media lane. But Brian Cox portrays pretty much him, and he has 3 kids. But Brian Cox spoke on the actual strike, and then they had some other words up under because they were like, okay, are we going to see big names with picket signs and stuff? And then you have to look at uh, pay class. It's a union, but you're not going to see Denzel with a picket sign
right,
because his union representative got him straight.
right,
I mean, they may be striking, but it's like, it's the guys that the minimum wage SAG union, said
that gets
we're,
hitting the hardest for sure. Those gonna be
yeah, we're in the union, but some of us is making less than the average household as an actor or as a writer. You know what they say, starving artists?
Yeah.
They definitely trying to stretch out that 6 pack of ramen noodles, try to make
Yes, they are.
it last forever. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Yes, they are. No
Another
kid
But
thing I
slip.
saw that make it really like hard to see what even the end of it is gonna be is just how the execs seem to feel like they put a solid proposition on the table,
mm,
and the actors are pretty much feeling as if it's unreasonable. And then, so both sides are quoted by saying that the other side is acting irrational.
mm-hmm. Yeah, so
That's when you really know it's tough because that's when you know it's like, we not even rationalizing the same way. So it's like it's gonna be hard to come to an agreement on how to do it. So I'm very curious to see how it unfolds. Like I say, for anybody that's listening, any talent recruiters out there listening right now, I want you to know that I'm a hard worker. I'm here dedicated to the cause, ready to go act right now. Hollywood ain't seen nothing like Antho yet. I promise you. Come holler at your boy. I'm trying to go out there. I'm trying to, I'm, we gonna take the bag they leave on the table. Give it to your boy.
Yeah, so the guy, it's Rupert Murdoch, who I was trying to think of, the billionaire.
Yeah.
He Wall Street Journal, New York Post, Fox. He owns all of that. His name is Rupert Murdoch. So the character in Succession and HBO is based off of Rupert Murdoch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So he's in the media. He, Australian born, media guy that's a big deal in media. Yeah, so definitely. We reaching close to our hour of power. Any of you guys got anything you want to promote before we leave out of here? Because that's we're our own promos and ads.
For sure.
Anything anybody want to promote?
Oh yeah, for sure, man. Y'all know Good Brother Pod, Good Brother Sports Pod. Y'all be on the lookout for it. Got some content already that we'll be putting up soon. We already getting on the editing. We was chopping it up about cutting the little clips and stuff. So y'all be ready for that. They the content already there for that. Give y'all a few clips from where we went, what we did.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and get y'all some more content on what we see coming up, man. With the Rockets recently, the Summer League, all of that good jazz. Y'all definitely know y'all gonna have to listen in on that. Also, be ready for the Texans and the football season coming up. So excited to see what's going on there. So Good Brother Sports Pod.
Good brother.
Yes, sir. Good brother. Good brother.
Yes, sir. And we know to be looking out for the single from the Juggernaut, JPad. All excited, and I don't know if you heard the video. We looking for the video to drop in a couple weeks, Antho.
Oh, hold up, Pat. Don't tell me you're getting cinematic with that thing, man.
Well, we need
Yo.
to. It's a
Yeah.
necessary move.
Yep, and the guy that's involved is what's his name again?
Yeah. Once again, you can find him on YouTube. His channel is called Go Ham TV, and that's with 2 M's. Go HAMM TV, all one word. And that's my guy Meech. He's from the Pittsburgh area here, but he does have a organic, strong following on the YouTube platform. They just cracked, I believe, 26,000 subscribers. Congratulations to them. And they're a content king of their own. You know what I'm saying? Black owned once again, and they do reviews. And it's based in America, but it reaches all the way. With like I said earlier, their largest subscriptions are from the UK, which is England. England in particularly. And so big up to Go Ham TV for signing on to do this visual for this particular record.
No doubt, no doubt. I'm excited, bro. I'm excited.
Yes, sir. We looking for that UK.
Stay tuned. I definitely will keep y'all posted on the updates of it. It may be a combined effort. Who knows? We'll see how it goes from there.
Absolutely. So be on the lookout for Good Brother Pod Sports Network. Be on the lookout for his single. Tap into Beat Talk on lfxmedia.live. Of course, tune in to LFX Media, the podcast, the Four Horsemen, Jay Rastic, JPad the Juggernaut, Antho the Great, Podgy the Podfather, Diddy Bop, Mellow PDC. All of us will be there.
Yeah.
Right.
LFXmedia.live.
That's right.
We all there. I mean, you can tune into a few other things we got working on. Just talking about, you were gone, Antho, but we were talking about the writers' strike affecting us directly.
Mm-hmm.
So I put an ad in for Indeed for we're looking for some actors for a short film. Now, initially, my ad says I wanted union actors, but now we have to take whatever we can get and do with it. And
Well, like I say, bro, I'm here for you, brother.
Right,
I'm here.
you got
the lead role goes
the
to
head scab.
Hey, bro,
The
just
lead
know,
head.
role
bro,
goes
whatever you
to.
need, man. Listen, I've been waiting. I think it's my time. You know what I'm saying? It's something.
I mean,
It happens mysteriously sometimes. You don't know how it works. Sometimes
That's right.
fate ain't fair.
Universal will
Fate
call
ain't
it
fair.
up.
what if the role required like a Medea type, put a dress on?
Oh,
You know
see, you had
what?
to throw that dynamic in there, didn't you?
Well, that's for another part. I'm not gonna do it.
Hey,
Yeah, we'll have to prepare for that one. Yeah,
That ain't
I
that
think
ain't go
we're
that ain't
gonna have to
go
sign
we
out
gonna
on
get
them.
us.
Think
hey,
about it.
that's a territory that we started talking about. It's called TOP. That's another pod.
That's another part. Yeah, we're gonna get
TOP.
into the Medea hats and all those.
Yours.
That part. Yes, yes.
No, but actually, this fall be looking out for. We got a few short films in the works. I don't even like to throw stuff out there like that, but since
Yeah.
we talking about the actors strike, we talking
Yeah.
about how it directly affects us. Yeah, we'll be throwing some short films of our own up, and it's I don't know how it's going to work out because we probably will have actors that aren't on the union. So then when we get to union situations, I guess we have to face that bridge when we get there,
Yeah, or just tell them go ahead, let us in. You know what I'm saying? Look at
Well, a lot of people don't understand like Tubi, Pluto, all of these free apps, like it's not like a paid situation for your production. It's a chance
Mhm.
for you to get recognition and get views to take over to Netflix as a resume. Like, look, this is what I did over on Tubi. This is what I did over here. But you can get some money on Amazon Prime. So, shout out to Jeff Bezos. He about to throw us into the stratosphere with it.
Yeah, let's get
Yeah,
it.
yeah, I think it's like 50 cents a view, something like that on Amazon Prime. So
Oh, it's fucking up.
yeah, we always, we count,
No,
we have to count pockets. You know what I mean? Because
yeah,
that's
it's
how
up.
your pockets get full. Yep. And to throw out a book for y'all to read while we coming to the end of this dynamic hour of power from the Content Kings, go out and read The Richest Man in Babylon. Great read. You can read it backwards, forwards, and it'll talk about things 4,000 or 5,000 years ago that are in effect today that we think are brand new theories in credit systems and, all the way down to FICA scores. This was 5,000 years ago. You know what I mean? So go read The Richest Man in Babylon. Check it out.
No
So
doubt.
definitely, we thank you for coming out. We're reaching the end of our hour of power. I'm going to sign off. You guys want to sign off as well?
Oh
Peace.
yeah, y'all be blessed, man.
You
Appreciate
already know
y'all.
what it is, man.
No.
We'll
All
be
right.
back.
I'm Podgy Carter for Anthro the Great, J-Pad the Juggernaut. If you didn't know, now you know. We will see you on the next show.
Peace.